Howdy guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video of Westland Survival. How we doing? Hope you guys are well. So today is going to be a little bit more of a casual video. I know 6.5 has just been released to a lot of you, if not all already, and there are videos coming out with a lot of the content creators, including myself. I did already upload my initial video, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, I'll leave it somewhere within this video. There'll be a little card and you guys will be able to have a bit of a look. Anyway, let us continue on with what I'm looking at doing today. So effectively what I'm sort of interested in doing at the moment is I'm just gonna have a quick chat with you guys and basically just sort of go over my I guess my initial impressions of the revamped Spirit Cave is what I'm sort of calling it. Okay, so let's call it maybe Spirit Cave 2.0. So the major difference, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys would have been around for the Halloween update, you would have got a flavor of that specific mechanic whereby we basically go into a little event and more or less go through a bunch of rooms within the Spirit Cave, and you have the ability to, once cleared of course, each room, you have the option of picking up a skill buff that you can use only when you're in that specific actually, you know what, let's grab some of that. When you're in that room, you'll be able to pick up a specific skill buff that's only native to the Spirit Cave, and you can only use it within that time, and that will hopefully help you throughout the caves that you go through, and hopefully you guys will get some decent rewards. So that's basically how that sort of panned out initially in the Halloween update, and basically as of now, with the full release of the game, of this update, it basically does the same thing in pretty much all shape and form. So there's really not much difference. As I sort of, oh Jesus, Wendigo, get out of here! Oh, I nearly got taken out by the Wendigo. There you go. That was close. That was damn close. But yeah, let me digress. So basically, with the full release of the update, we had that we've got that full ability now to actually play around with the set. Oh, why is there a big tree here? I have no idea, and I can actually go through it. That is weird. Anyway, I keep getting distracted, and I'm trying to talk to you guys as we sort of go along. But as I was saying, with the full update of the Canyon Trial, as you can see, it's going to reset for me in a day's time, which basically puts it in line with when the leaderboards reset. So basically that's why you see that there's a reset for the Spirit Cave. So yes, I did do a video, I did interact with it. So the fact that I had to opt out of it, of the Spirit Cave, it basically tells it tells us that we need to wait for the reset, and then the reset itself will happen in about 2 days, and then you can go again and try your luck against the leaderboard and see how far you can get within the Spirit Cave. Now, what hasn't really been sort of said or mentioned is there any sort of limitation or capping, if you will? That hasn't sort of been, I guess, addressed. Not that I've seen. I could be wrong, but as of now, I'm not too sure if there's a cap or limitation in that respect there. So I believe it's one of those endless runs of rooms. The more that you go, the harder it's going to be, and it all depends on you. How much weapons, heals, clothing that you've got in your arsenal, that will sort of dictate on how long you can survive and how cunning you will be. That will obviously take you to, I guess, a certain level. But anyway, that's basically what that sort of is in a nutshell. So I'm just going to quickly go back into the forest lake now. Hopefully we should be okay. I don't think we're going to die or anything in here, but I've got some heals anyway, so we'll just use some of the static heals that I've sort of picked up here just to sort of get us, you know, in a better shape, let's say. Anyway, now the reason why I'm sort of running these lower end zones here, and I've got some very basic equipment with me, is more or less I'm trying to pick up enough, I guess, hide, which is the main thing that I'm here for, and basically just getting some basic pine wood for charcoal, because I'm out of charcoal effectively. But anyway, let me get back to it. So basically, I'm just wanted to sort of give you guys a little bit of my, I guess what I sort of feel, how I felt after my initial, I guess, my initial impression of the new revamped Spirit Cave. So initially how I thought is I actually liked it. I feel like it can evolve into something different in terms of, you know, how it sort of presented itself, and how I feel like it's it could sort of take on in a capacity where I feel like in a way it's actually going to, what I feel is going to basically render the canyon trials, I guess, obsolete. And I guess the reason for that is that the canyon trials has been a stable face of Westland for such a long time, right? And I feel like that eventually the game needs to evolve, right? And with that being said, I feel like this will be a case where that we need, I guess, a point of difference. And I feel like that point of difference right now is obviously going to be the Spirit Cave. So the Spirit Cave, I feel, is probably going to take the dungeon crawling aspect of this game away from something like the Spirit Cave. And for me, I will think either one or two things will happen with the Spirit Cave, the canyon trials, and one of which would be that it'll be gone for good and we won't ever see it again. And then I feel like in another respect that there's going to be some sort of change in such a way that it's going to be exactly how the Spirit Cave was for us. And yeah, I feel like it's just going to be something that's going to happen later on in life. It won't happen immediately, obviously, because we've only just gotten ourselves a brand new event. So basically that won't be a thing for a little while, I would think. And I think that's basically going to sort of come down to I guess the feedback that the developers receive from us, the players. So this is where things like feedback, constructive, not being over criticizing of what the update is. Now, I always say that in my video, where I basically point out if you really want the game to become better, provide the feedback, and provide the feedback in such a way that you're also helping the developers along to make the game good, or basically either try and make it a version of the game that we did like back in the previous builds, or offer your suggestions that you think that could become an improvement. So, and I say this only, and I always say this because I know the developers listen, okay? So they definitely listen, and I'm going to give you the example that I have right now. So my example is, in my video yesterday, I noticed just above the mini compass that you see in the top right hand corner, there was an exit button for the canyon trials. The Spirit Cave. And I always get those two mixed up. I don't know why, I just do. It's just an impulse for me. But anyway, basically it was very obscured, and to me it just didn't sit well, and I feel like in a way that it may have been some sort of oversight, or when they tested the game, everything looked right from a test bench solution. But once it sort of got out into the field, obviously you start noticing issues or bugs or whatever it might be. And it always happens, nothing is perfect, right? Nothing is ever perfect. So the fact that I was able to see that straight away whilst I was playing, the developers saw my initial video, which was fantastic. So shout out to you guys for checking out my video. But in saying this, I got immediately contacted by the development team, and basically just asking some basic questions and just quickly asking what type of device am I using, complied with that information, provided that information, and what I'm guessing and assuming that there's going to be some sort of hotfix or there's going to be some sort of update. I would say probably a back-end update, so you won't actually have to update the physical game again or anything like that, but it'll just more or less be a quick one, and you'll notice that you wouldn't even notice it. Basically, that's how I sort of see it. But this is what I'm saying: the developers take a lot of pride in this game, and I can see that. And the reason why I sort of say this is that there's obviously no point or no sense in providing poor feedback. So again, like I said, constructive feedback is always key, and you do it in a way that you're obviously going to get across to the developers. Credit to them, they actually look on all of their socials and take all that feedback into consideration. So again, like I said, hats off to them for acting on it so quickly in my case, and hopefully we'll see a fix in that in due course. But going back to it, to the Spirit Cave itself, now do I like it? I think I do, and I think for me the reason why that I do like it is it's different. Okay, it's something that hasn't been done before. It is a dungeon crawl, yes, that has been done, but also as a counterbalance to that, they've added something to this particular event that hasn't been done before. Now, obviously, they showcased it beforehand just to give it a bit of a shakedown, which was good. Obviously, to get, I guess, in a way, to expedite the development side of things as well. So that's always a factor. But as I said before, by doing it that way, it sort of accelerated that. But anyway, let's digress from that point. My point is that, yes, I do think that it's going to go far. I feel like it's only going to get better. I feel like the baseline that they've given us, it's only going to go upwards from here. Now, do I completely love it? Well, no, because there's always going to be things that I would sort of like to see, or I may have envisioned the new look Spirit Cave in a different vein. Now, what I mean by that is I feel like in my initial thoughts when they did shut down the Spirit Cave, I felt like that they were going to make a whole different cave system, whereby that there could have been a different model or a different version, or basically like what we had initially in the old version of the Spirit Cave, now let's call it. I felt like they could have basically created a newer map, a newer version of the Spirit Cave, where same thing, same type of caves, but a little bit different, or it'll change every time that you go in there. Different enemies, different loot schemes, things like that. But unfortunately, that's not what we didn't get. We got what we got, and basically it's a continuous dungeon crawl. So yeah, there's always going to be pros and cons. I am going to miss the fact that it's not going to be like the Spirit Cave of old, but I'm also excited to see how much that this new Spirit Cave evolves from this. And again, like I said, feedback is going to be paramount for this. So hopefully they will add other additions, they'll add other things, and hopefully it'll become a better event than what it is currently. So that's how I feel. I feel like, yes, it probably could have been a little bit different. It could have been something a little bit more niche or bespoke, or like a 2.0 from the old guard now, let's call it. But look, that's not what it is. So yeah, like I said, I do like it, but I also think that there's going to be other positives to take away from it as well. But like I said before earlier in the video, where does that leave something? Like events like the canyon trials. The canyon trials is basically just a standard single room, and you basically go wave after wave until you can't go any further. Basically, like how this spirit cave is right now, as of today. But the exception to the spirit cave is you've got the buff system, which is great, which I like. Basically gives you the freedom to choose any combinations of buffs that you choose. You can play around with it and see what works well, what might not work well for you, things like that. And yeah, I actually like the way that they've sort of done that. And unfortunately, I couldn't actually show you the bear transformation, which I learned when you go and look at all the buffs on the floor before you enter the first room. It actually shows you which buffs that you need to actually engage in order for you to take advantage of the epic versions of these buffs. So yeah, like I said, guys, there's always going to be positives and negatives when it comes to these sort of things. So yeah, like I said, I do like it, but there's also other things that I don't like about it, and these are things that we're just going to have to live with. And hopefully, there'll be something else later on in life where we may get a more positive update for something else. And let me just split those up. And yeah, that's basically how I sort of think about these sort of things. But again, like I said, all updates are not for everyone. Everyone will have their own opinions, which is totally understandable, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. So there's always that. But as I'm sort of going around here, I thought I'd just sort of conclude with everything that I've sort of gone through today. Like I said, I think the Spirit Cave is a good starting point where it is right now. I'm just more excited to see what will happen to it later on in life, and what that does to the canyon trials as well. So there's all of that to come. But right now, I'm just doing some senseless grinding. I need heals, and I'm sort of trying to prepare myself for the next run of the cannon trials when the leaderboards do get implemented. So I'm sort of it's a little bit of a crunch for me, unfortunately, but I'm just sort of trying to get myself up and running. So basically, I'm just getting some hide for some water skins here, and yes, I'm getting some heals just to sort of help me along, which is always a good thing. But aside from that, I think that's it for me today, guys. So yeah, appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the video. Thank you to those that watched my update video. Yeah, go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it already. But make sure you like this video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, make a share if you can, or if you guys are new to the channel. Oh, here we go, we've got a Jim Carrey here. There you go, he nearly got me, but I got him first, so happy with that. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. As I said before, share if you can, hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos, and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. But that's it, guys, take it easy, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.